horrible news! Furious Pete got cancer again! So after Freely the Banana Girl made a video about the first time Furious Pete got cancer and how it could have potentially been prevented and treated through diet, Furious Pete decided to file a fallacious copyright claim to prevent anyone from learning that cancer is a preventable illness that is caused by animal products and can be treated through a Whole Foods vegan diet. Because imagine how horrible that would be if people could just go on YouTube and present medical facts as to why animal products are harmful to our own health, along with being unethical and cruel? Well, Pete and his dumb bitch girlfriend don't seem to like that idea, but fortunately Freely's video is still up on her channel. But after several months, Pete decided to file a fallacious copyright claim against me because, in Pete's mind, torturing and killing animals is okay, but educating people to the fact that eating animals is both unhealthy and cruel just isn't acceptable. But fortunately for all of us, but not Pete, it doesn't matter if you disagree with science because science will always be correct. And it seems I was correct because Pete got cancer again. Oh, so sad. And before you all start calling me a sociopath as some sort of attempt to insult me, how about you consider the fact that Furious Pete makes fun of the suffering and death of the animals he eats on a daily basis. So I don't see why I shouldn't make a joke about his suffering and death. So who would like a "haha, you're gonna die of cancer" t-shirt? Yeah, so basically the vast majority of the medical literature demonstrates that animal products cause cancer, but Pete decided to keep eating meat, dairy, and eggs anyway. Maybe he forgot about all that because he blocked my video worldwide? So let me just refresh your memory, Pete. Pete has the opinion that a vegan diet has little to no protective effect against cancer risk, but Pete's opinion doesn't really count for shit. Vegans have the lowest IGF-1 levels of any diet group, which lowers our cancer risk. Vegans eat the lowest amount of sulfur-containing amino acids, including methionine, which again lowers our cancer risk. Vegans have diets low in branched-chain amino acids, including leucine, which slows down the mammalian target of rapamycin pathway, which not only slows down aging, but also stops cancer cell growth. Vegans don't eat cooked meat, which contains carcinogens known as heterocyclic aromatic amines. Vegans don't eat any heme iron, which again lowers our cancer risk. Vegans don't consume any exogenous estrogens from dairy, which again lowers our cancer risk. Vegan blood is 8 times less hospitable to cancer cells than those following a standard American diet. And the largest forward-looking study on diet and cancer ever conducted found the incidence of all cancers combined was lower among vegetarians. So there you go, animal products greatly increase your cancer risk, and Furious Pete is a dumb, selfish cunt who continued to eat meat, dairy, and eggs even after he learned about all of this, and now it looks like he's gonna die of cancer, and if you ask me, he's getting exactly what he deserved. And good thing for me and a few other people is, you can't make fallacious copyright claims when you're dead. And for anyone who wants to watch my Furious Pete Worst of the Fitness Industry video, it's up on my Facebook page, so you can watch it there if you care to. And of course, I always encourage people to share and even upload my videos to their own channels, and I don't even care if you monetize it or not, I just want to spread the message out there. And I also left a link in the description where you can download the full quality video, Furious Pete Worst of the Fitness Industry, and you can do anything you want with it. You can just watch it on your own computer, you can upload it to your own Facebook or YouTube page or wherever else you'd like to post it, and you don't have to worry about any fucking copyright whether I'm alive or dead. So that's it for today. I hope it's been informative, but let me give you guys a bicep shot before I go. Mount Bicephalus.
What a relief! When will this poisonous product cease? This is another public service announcement. You can believe it or you can doubt it. Let us begin now with the cow. The way it gets to your plate and how.
So Pete, do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a teeny tiny chance that your shitty fucking diet caused your cancer? Maybe if somebody offers you $1 billion to go vegan, you should just take that money rather than being a fucking idiot.
The fact that you vegan stains would wish death upon somebody because they're not a vegan, they're a meat eater, and the fact that you would be glad that that person has cancer, to me, is utterly astounding. The one thing that I've noticed about you vegan stains, is that when you say something deplorable and disgusting, and when people call you out on it, you're quick to defend yourself by saying, "Oh, I was just kidding. It was a joke. It's dark comedy. It's satire. It's not supposed to be taken seriously." to be honest, that excuse just bugs me. The fact that you're using dark comedy and the fact that it's satire as an excuse, it's not an excuse. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind dark comedy. I don't mind satire. I get that it's not really supposed to be taken that seriously. But the fact that you make jokes about wanting to see people die simply because they eat meat and are not a vegan, simply because they don't live the same lifestyle as you, that's not a joke, and as such, you cannot use satire as an excuse. It's similar to what Nicole Arbor did with that Dear Fat People video, using satire as an excuse for saying something that was truly pretty offensive. And all these videos really seem to consist of is you just whining about the fact that people like Furious Pete and Mr. Epsilon are meat eaters and not vegan. And because of that fact, that makes them horrible people and they should just die and be wiped off the face of the earth. Why? Why are you so concerned with how other people choose to live their lives? If people want to stuff their face and eat meat, eat chicken, eat beef, eat pork, and just slather their bodies in it, if that's what they want to do, then they should be able to do that. It's their lives, it's their bodies. It's not up to you to decide how other people choose to live their lives or what they choose to do to their bodies. That's their choice. And the fact that you have to be so concerned with what other people put in their bodies proves to me that you're not comfortable with your own lifestyle choices. You know? And what you are doing, you're not educating people on what it means to be vegan or the benefits of being vegan. You're making fun of people for not being vegan. You're cramming your lifestyle down people's throats and then expecting them to lead the same lifestyle that you live. When in fact, all you're really doing is driving people further away from that lifestyle. Because people see these videos and they're not going to want to be vegan. They're going to just be like, I'm staying as far away from that as possible. Who the hell would want to be vegan after seeing this shit? Really, who would be? And the fact that you yourself are a sociopath and a psychopath and are just mentally unhinged and have no regard for human life whatsoever, why would people want to follow in your footsteps? You know, vegan stains, and yes, I'm going to keep calling you that because you're an utterly despicable human being. It would just be easier, and I would have slightly more respect for you if you just admitted you were a piece of shit. Granted, I would still deride you for being a despicable human being, but even then, I could somewhat respect you. But the fact that you're trying to cover up the fact that you are a somewhat good person, while at the same time wishing death on anybody that eats meat, and you said yourself that you would hunt down humans with your compound bone and give them a slow death and just make them bleed out for days simply because they're a meat eater and not a vegan. How does that prove to anybody that you're a good person? How does that prove to anybody that you're trying to prevent the death of animals? Because to you, you know, killing human beings is okay. That's totally fine. But, oh God forbid if humans eat animals, even if to survive, you know, that's suddenly a bad thing and they deserve to die. I hate this mentality. I hate this way of thinking. It's just utterly fucked up. And people like him and Freely the Banana Goat and Durian Rider are just, well, they're just mentally ill. Let's just say to that. And they want people, everybody, to be vegan. You know? They don't want any sort of choice. They don't want people to be equal and choose the lifestyle they want to live. It's vegan or nothing. And if you're not a vegan, you deserve to die. You don't deserve to live. And honestly, again, it's just crazy. It's this mind of thinking is just so utterly morally deprived that it really makes you wonder, are these people going to become the next school shooters? And I said this before in the first video, and I truly stand behind this statement. I truly think that Vegan Stains here is going to become the next school shooter. I really, really do. Because he's already admitted he has no regard for human life. He already admitted that he wants to hunt humans with a compound bow and give them a slow, painful death and make them bleed out in a really painful manner. What's not to say that if he gets crazy enough that he's gonna, you know, pull out a gun and just start shooting little children? I don't want to think that way, and God forbid that doesn't happen, but honestly, I highly suspect that he will. I really, really do. And it's just, to me, it is just crazy. And the fact that you were trying to pass off, you know, your opinion as fact and say, oh, vegans can't get cancer. Cancer is caused by eating animal products. No, it's not. Anybody can get cancer, regardless of race, sexual orientation, ethnicity, gender, or diet. Anybody can get fucking cancer, you know? Regardless of whether you're a meat eater or a vegan. A lot of meat eaters have cancer. A lot of vegans have cancer. That's just the way it is. And you see, the thing that you don't get is that people don't eat animals because we want to kill off that population. People eat animals to survive. We've been doing it since the beginning of time, you know? And while you can live comfortably being a vegan, doesn't mean everyone else can. And most people can't. A vast majority of the populace, and I'm going to estimate here, I'm going to say at least about 90% of the population on planet Earth eat meat. That's the way it is. We need to eat animals to survive. Like, we're not just killing animals because we want to kill off the population. And don't get me wrong, while there's some people that do that, not everybody does. A lot of people eat meat because, again, we need animals to survive, and animals were raised on this earth, were brought up on this earth to serve us. You know, for milk, eggs, you know, meat, you know, all that other stuff. That's what cows and other animals are for. We eat meat. If you don't like that fat, well, tough shit. That's too bad. That's how the world works, you know? And you sitting on your soapbox, wishing death upon people, wishing that somebody who's experiencing cancer die of cancer because they're a meat eater is despicable. And honestly, vegan stains, you're a piece of shit. You're a sociopath and a psychopath. And honestly, you make vegans look like judgmental assholes. You really, really do. You make them look like you... I'm utterly astounded. Honestly, I really, really am. Apparently, in your mind, cancer is a cause for celebration. Honestly, you need help. You really, really need help. And honestly, more than you need help, you need to have some empathy. You need to learn empathy and sympathy. Because what if you got cancer? I mean, that's not totally out of the realm of possibility. How would you like it if people were deriding your death? You wouldn't like it so much either. So in me saying that, try to see how other people feel before you deride people for having cancer and wishing death upon them. That's all I gotta say. This is ThatKidDouglas, aka the Hero, signing out. Deuces, stay frosty and keep it weird. Peter Griffin, take us home.
So, this is not Reagan?
No, it's Rich Little. He's an impressionist. He's been screwing with your head.
Well, this thing is worthless. Like my Palestinian alarm clock.
Allahu Akbar!